David, oh, it's just a quick hit. Everyone come in, sit down, get settled. A couple of things to talk about today before we get into actually some things here. Can we just talk about, can we do like a very quick update on, well, Teresa says, she's now going to meet with the Gorgas. Like, just to refresh everyone for 2 seconds where we are. First, never say never. We've heard never say never for years. She's never going to get back with them. Then we heard, no, we heard, I will never, ever, ever talk to these people again. That's what I'm trying to say. Then we heard never say never. Like, never say never. Life is short. Then we heard, okay, she basically went on special forces and had a moment with Gia, and that has changed her life. And so we went from never ever to never say never to special forces really changed me. And I want to be a good example for my kids. And, if one of them wasn't speaking to the other one and I died, I want them to talk to each other. Melissa went on Good Day New York, said some strange things that imply that she was open to it. Teresa revealed that she reached out to them. That's all, everything we've covered for the past few weeks earlier this week. Well, I've dived into this interview she did, I think with TJ Holmes and with it was with TJ Holmes and AB Robach on that podcast where she actually said that she didn't just say she reached out to them. She's now adding to that and saying, "Oh, we're going to meet up." I'm like, "What? Do they know this? And are they in on this?" So that's what she's saying. She's saying that we're gonna meet up. We're gonna meet up and speak. Really? Those were her exact words. We're gonna meet up and we're gonna speak. Are you sure about that? I mean, I know. Really? Are they in on this? Because there's a couple of schools of thought. Now, there's a lot of rumors and nastiness out there. And we have to look at the motivation for this. So there is this rumor and theories that when she reached out, she really used emotional blackmail and warfare. And she was saying things like, "What if we die?" to her brother. And I don't want to go to my grave with, carrying all of this. And what if we die? Which I don't really think there's anything wrong with that. I kind of agree with it, but here we are. So that she reached out using that like type of psychological and emotional warfare and like, what if we're not here anymore and the kids and what if we die? And that Joe Gorga just completely ignored her. So that is one rumor and nastiness out there that they're not meeting up, that she reached out with all this emotional bullshit. And Josephina Gorgasita, my friend, the little guy, he just ignored her. But there's all these other rumors and nastiness out there that they're not ignoring her and they're considering it. And they're really, when Melissa says, "Oh, the door's not closed," they're considering meeting up with her. Now, regardless of whether Joe ignored her or whether, Melissa said she's meeting up with her, why would the Gorgas? A lot of people are asking me, like, why would they do this? Why? Well, let me tell you why. Okay. So, first of all, it all comes back to the same reason that Teresa is reaching out to them. The whole reason that Melissa would consider it is for one thing and one thing only. Teresa doesn't like Melissa. Melissa doesn't like Teresa. It's for one reason and one reason only. It's one word, RHONJ. So, what this tells me, if Melissa is really considering it, because let's not forget, I mean, it's not that Teresa called her a whore, a gold digger, a stripper. Let's not forget, like last season, which was 2 years ago, with all that shit online, she said that her youngest child is Bulldogs and is not Joe Gorgas. Everyone remember that, where she said that Melissa and Joe's youngest son is not, it's not Joe Gorgas, that Melissa had an affair with Bulldog and it's Bulldogs. So why would you be called a gold digger, a whore, a stripper, that your child is not even your husband's, that it's Bulldogs? Why would you consider it? One reason, RHONJ. That means to me that the test filming did not go so well. They don't got nobody. They don't have a cast. They're not anywhere closer to a cast. And here we are. Because if the test filming went well, or if Melissa and Dolores and Margaret were all three going back with no test filming, with an amazing cast. I mean, they cast Salt Lake. They cast Rhode Island. They're close to a cast with New York. If they really had something, which Melissa, why would Melissa go back to Teresa? She wouldn't. You're right. There's no reason to. They would not fall for this, and they would. It's just for the show. So I am shocked. I mean, Melissa and Joe are just as fucking crazy as Teresa if they actually take her back. And if the show is moving forward with a strong Melissa and a strong Margaret and a strong Dolores and all these newbies, they won't do it. So if they're really considering, if it's really not true that Joe Gorga just ignored her, her heartstrings, and all this other bullshit, and they are considering meeting up with her, which Teresa says that they're going to meet up, but they all lie. But if they're really considering it, I mean, A, they're just as crazy as she is, but B, that means there ain't no show. That means there's no good test filming. That means there's no plan for the future of New Jersey, which we're back to where we started, just like Wendy Osefo stealing all because for the show and to look a certain way, and you have to keep up with the Joneses. It's all about the show. Teresa hates them and is groveling because she realizes the show is or was going to go forward without her. And now, if they are truly considering it, which Teresa says they're meeting up, and I'm not so sure I believe that Joe Gorga, I'm not so sure that I believe that Joe Gorga ignored her. Check the source, okay? They're doing it for the show. That means there's no fucking great cast and there's no test filming that worked. It's all for the show. So we are back where we started. So I think Melissa and Joe are as crazy and sick as her. And this is all for the future of the show. And are they going to announce this at BravoCon? Everyone still thinks so. I don't think so. I think the only thing being announced at BravoCon is we're going to meet the cast of Rory, Real Housewives of Rhode Island. And I think at BravoCon, we are going to announce that we have a cast for New York with a woman named Erin Leachy, a woman named Jessel Tank, a woman named Sai De Silva, and a woman that we know from the past named Carol Raswell. I think they're announcing Carol's return to New York at BravoCon. I don't think New Jersey is going to be announced at BravoCon. Do I want to see Teresa and Melissa back together again? Not really. Nothing has changed. She's groveling because she thinks it's going forward without her. And if Melissa accepts this and Joe accepts this, it just means don't think for a